You clicked on this video because you want to know where the most affordable places are to live in Utah. Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a realtor in Utah. Hit that subscribe button, you guys, so we can get to know each other a little bit more, and I can help learn and educate you on where the best places are for you to buy according to your needs and your best desires for your family and your situation. So that we are going to be going over 4 cities in this video, and we're going to be going over the demographics of them, the location and proximity as far as conveniences, job opportunities, and obviously price ranges of those homes, all coming up in this video. So let's jump into it. In this video, we're going to be going over the 4 top cities, but I'm going to also showcase to you some things on my laptop. So let's jump into it and talk about it. Ogden is the #1 most affordable place to live in Utah. Looking at the map right here, as you can see, Ogden is about 45 minutes from Salt Lake City up on the northern end. So you're definitely going to get a lot more snow, but a lot less population. The population of Ogden in itself is 86,000. The median house price income is around $50,000 to $60,000, and your median rent is close to $1,000 a month. Your average property taxes in Ogden is going to be around $2,100. Now in Ogden, there are days on market for when a house will sit. It's about 52 days, which is not bad considering that we're sitting in November right now. That was in the last 30 days of October. And your sold price in that area within the last 30 days of seeing this video is $469 for your average home price. Now you can find homes in Ogden around $1 million, and you can find townhouses that are lower than that $469. But in the last month, $469 was the sell price of that home. So let's jump into why Ogden is the most affordable place to live. All right, let's jump over here to thebestplaces.net. Okay, we've got Ogden right here on this website right here. Okay, so how much do you need a month to live in Ogden? About $5,300 a month, as you can see right here. And then also for a single person, that's for a family. For a single person, you need $3,100. So the cost of living is literally 102 more expensive than the rest of the nation. That is 7.2 higher than normal, but it is 6.1 lower than Utah. So as you can see here, Utah is more of an expensive place to live as of right now. Let's go over to another one, because this is one I really love. This website, it's really cool. You can go to livingcost.org and you can type in any city you want, and it's going to pull up all of this data of cost of living. So total with rent, you can see one person versus a family of 4. You can see the food for a one person costs $500 a month. For a family, it's about $1,300 a month. And you can see the population right now, 87,000, which is basically what I just said. So that's right and comparative to other websites. You can see the transportation costs here because you are further away from most people's jobs. If you are a remote worker, then that definitely can be a good thing for you. But a lot of people who live in Ogden do commute down to the cities to be able to work. So we can even see here how close you are to the airport. You can see the air quality. I beg to differ, the air quality is excellent in Ogden, but it's definitely better than living in Salt Lake Valley. So right here, Ogden, let's jump over to the map. So here's the map right here. As you can see, if you zoom out, you can see that Ogden is not in Utah County. It's actually in Davis County. And all the way down here is Salt Lake City. So it is more than 45 minutes away from Salt Lake City. As you can see, we've got North Ogden in this area up here, and then Salt Lake is down here. So Ogden is definitely got pockets of crime, and go ahead and click that link above to talk about the crime in Ogden. I specifically go over where the rates are with crime, because there are good spots and bad spots in Ogden. I know quite a few people who live in Ogden and they absolutely love it. I am all the way down here in Utah County, so I hardly see them because they live over an hour away. Housing costs in Ogden, which I find is so funny to see these, because I'm a realtor and I quite understand these numbers a little bit better than these articles that are written, because it says that the typical home costs $334, but we just saw that in the last 30 days it actually costs $469. So it's still less expensive than the average home price in Utah, which is around $550,000 to $600,000, which is making it more affordable. Actually, you can think about the groceries and the cost of living out there. That's why it's going to be on the top #1. It also is a really good place to raise family with religion and relationship. You can see right here on the side right here, it goes over all different types of religion. You can see there's 78.1 people who are religious in there. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 62% of people are still members of the Mormon religion, but you do still have 8% Catholic Lutheran. Then you can even go into the school ratings over here. So you can see the best schools in the Ogden City right here on this website, which is so fun. Then you can click right on here and it's going to take you to that school website, and you can actually look at the ratings of the schools, locations, what's going on. So it looks like their highest rating right now is a 7 out of 10, and that is from K to 6th grade. They do have some really hard schools that I would avoid, but they've got more schools down here as you can click and keep going. I've left these links in the video down below if you want to check this out even more. Curious to know what these reviews say though. What best place users say about Ogden? It's known for its outdoor recreational opportunities and historic downtown areas. It's known for being more of a quaint, small area, but you still get the conveniences of the hustle and the bustle. As say they moved to Ogden for a job opportunity, but they regret it because the crime rate is high and they never feel safe walking alone at night. That can be very true. It is more of a rough area in the but it just depends on the pockets that you're getting. So that's why it's really important to hire a realtor to know what pockets are good, what pockets are bad, but still getting an affordable price range. This, you're going to see a pattern with trying to find the most affordable places, because the most affordable places are going to have their downfalls with their schools and with their crimes and with the location, but they are still very affordable. Chapter 2, Logan and being the second best affordable place. Let's go ahead and look at the map and see where we're at. You can see here is Logan. Let's pull out. Where we were just at is a little bit more down north. So Logan is right here. Ogden is down here. Logan is about an extra hour north from Ogden. So Logan is now over 2 hours away from Salt Lake City. But let's jump into this and see if Logan is a place you want to live. I know quite a few people in Logan. I've sold and bought in houses over there for people. Your population is about 50,000. It is 30,000 less than in Ogden. It is growing by less than a percentage. So not a lot of people are moving over to Logan, and a 5-year growth, they're seeing about a 5% growth there. So looking at this, demographics of who's living there, the ages of 24%, and is your medium house price, because young bucks are moving down there. You do have colleges nearby, which makes people stay closer. So you can see here's a female and male ratio. Let's jump over to the prices and about Logan, okay? Is it known for the Utah State University, so I say college. That's why a lot of people move up there and they stay there with their family, because they meet their loved ones at college and they end up finding Logan to be a home state to live in. So Logan is Utah metro area nestled into the northern Utah Cache Valley and has deep-rooted history dating back to the 19th century, settled by Mormon pioneers. So again, more Mormon people in this area. You're not really going to get away with it in Utah, that's for sure. Geographically, Logan is characterized as a breathtaking landscape surrounded by Bear Range River. So there's a lot of fun things to do over there. You've got the Bear Lake up there. I have honestly never been, but it's always been on my list to do. Lots of fun things. You have manufacturing facilities, agricultural roots, dairy farming, crops. They have amazing crop fields up there when it comes to fruits, apples, peaches, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. But I just don't go up there because it takes me 2.5 hours one way to get there. But I've always been fond of the fact that they have some horticultural things going on up there in Logan. Your sold price within the last 30 days of October of 2024 was between $370 and $390. Looking at these websites right here, they're showing a $358. So the prices definitely are going up, and they are above average in the nation. They're below the average in Utah. So still, you're looking at the same typical rent, around $1,000 a month for rent on this. And your property and crime is much lower than it would be in Ogden, which is why probably people pick this one versus the other one. People are ranking them number 4 out of 45. You can see this right here, 5 out of 20 for secure places, 6 out of 20 of most secure places to live in 2011, my goodness, and 99 out of the best green cities. So the climate in Utah is we still do have a lot of smog that carries over from California, and the Wasatch Range captures that air and makes it harder for it to disperse all the pollution, which is why you look over here in the weather that Utah just in general has a harder time in getting clean air. We're not by the ocean that's supplying us with oxygen all day. Okay, so again, right here you can see religion. We have 86% are Mormon, and you have 3% that are Catholic, and you're seeing a wide range of Christianity across the board here. You can look at school ratings, and it looks like they have much lower school ratings, but they have a K through 5 that has a 7. There is an 8 right here for Bear River Charter School, so you can get on the list and be in the charter school in Logan. Do have some lower rankings in their schools. I do know teachers over there. They're fantastic people, so a lot of the time times it's not the teachers, it's just what's happening with the resources within that area, and the low income causes that issue. Now let's jump over here. This is a fun one again. The cost of living. You got the total rent for just one person. It says all utilities, whatever the miscellaneous is about $1,900 per month. For a family of 4, you're looking around $4,100. So rent and utilities, you're looking at again $490 a month and about $1,200 for a family of 4. Transportation, $54 or $144 per month just in gas on that. Your population again, 52,000, just as we saw there. People are ranking as a 61% as a quality of life. Closest to the airport, there is a cash airport up there. It's extremely small. I've never used it, nor have I ever been there. Honestly, didn't even know it existed. So it might be a private airport. I could look more into that if you are interested in that. They're saying the air quality is excellent. I just gave you a briefing on the Wasatch Range on how we get more pollution than normal. Utah State University is over there and has a ranking for that. So look at this, is fun. For a lunch menu, our average is about $12 versus $14 in Ogden. Restaurant, food meals, beer hub, cappuccinos, Pepsi. This is so fun. 1 bedroom, cheap 1 bedroom, utility bill for 1 person, internet plan, transportation. Look at this, bread, milk. Bread costs you $3.20 for a loaf. You even got apples and bananas and oranges. So this is a fun website, livingcost.org, to really break down what is the best area for you guys to be living in, knowing how much money you make. Because if you're someone who wants more land, Logan's definitely going to give you that option for more land, but it's also about being able to know if you can afford to be able to live out there and commute and go to work, or if you're living remotely. There's not a lot of job opportunities out there, so you are going to be able to do having to commute and go into more of the city. But because there is the campus out there, it does bring in a lot of outsiders, so it does have the infrastructures for basically every convenience that you're going to need. You can even see I've got the Dollar Tree on this map. We've got the Einstein Bagels over here. There is a temple, a Mormon temple, and the Logan Temple up there. I even saw an Olive Garden. So it is infrastructured to being a great place to live. It just depends on if you can afford to live there due to where you might be working. Number 5 is all the way down south. We just were all the way up north. Now we're all going all the way down south in Utah, which is Cedar City, Utah. Turn your eyes over to this map right here. Cedar City, Utah, I am quite familiar with. I have family down there. If I zoom out on this, you can see Cedar City is about 4 hours away from Salt Lake City, but more of your city is St. George in this area down here, and you're about 45 minutes away from St. George. There is an airport in Cedar City that does fly up to Salt Lake City. You can see how far away it is. So we can see Logan right there. There's the Ogden. There's Salt Lake City. Now we're going all the way down to Cedar City. So Cedar City is an affordable area to live based on the demographics. It is an up and coming city, which means the population is growing tenfold. Let's jump over to our websites and see what it says. All right. Let's do about Cedar City. Okay, it's the lush forest surroundings of magnificent red rocks. You've got a lot of monuments and national parks within an hour range of distance within Cedar City. It has a different climate than it does up north for sure. You're not getting nearly as much snow, though sometimes you can because the elevation is lower down there, but you are only 50 miles away and 250 miles away from Salt Lake City. 50 miles from St. George and 250 from Salt Lake City, just like we said. A lot of people live down there for the convenience of the affordability. There is a school down there, a university down there, right here. A Southern Utah University based in Cedar City adds a vibrant educational and culture dimension. There's a lot of transient people in and out, very similar to Logan, that are coming in due to the university down there. They have the Festival of Arts down there, and you'll be known for a lot of plays. I have literally 4 siblings that went down there. My husband is from down there. We have family that lives in Cedar City. I absolutely adore Cedar City. The reason why I adore it so much, it is the gateway to national parks, and you can literally go to Zion's, you can go to Moab, you can go to the Grand Canyon, you can go to Bryce Canyon. There's so many things to do with just an hour range that it's just unlimited between hiking, biking, motorcycling, getting in your 4x4s and going out there camping. The weather is absolutely beautiful in the summertime. It gets a little bit more hot down there than it does up here in the northern parts of Utah. I've had quite a few people actually be interested in me doing videos down there, so that I'm going to be going down there and creating a video eventually sometime soon. Let's look at the religion. Again, 71% are Mormons in this area, but you are still seeing a high range of Catholic, around 5%, and other Christianity churches. Let's look at their schools. They do have a little bit of better school ratings than they would in Logan. They're probably very competitive with Ogden. So as you can see, they even have a 10 schools here from K to 5. That is amazing. Cedar North School. They even have another 10, Iron County. That's a preschool. How cute is that? But you got some good ratings between 6, 7, whereas in Logan we were seeing 2, 3s, and 5s. Big difference there. We've already talked about the weather. Let's look at the crime. The crime is lower comparative to Logan and Ogden in general. Crime is very low. Property crime is probably the highest that you're going to see. Again, I've made a video on crime in Utah and what areas to watch out for. Let's jump over to cost of living. Okay, total with rent, $1,600 for one person and family of 4, $4,400. It is more expensive than Ogden and Logan together, but you are seeing that food is about $700 a month and $1,800. You are getting a little bit of a better lifestyle. You are way more further down south, so your job and your education opportunities may be able to be centralized in that area, but your cost of living costs a little bit more down there. The population is 35,000, so it's way smaller than Logan and Ogden. Let's look at our lunch menus, eating out, rent, utilities. So we got $19. That's more expensive than both Logan and Ogden together. We have got milk, bread. Look, your bread is now $4.40 a loaf. This is so fun to see this, to look at the difference. Gym memberships, doctor visits. We talked about doctor visits, seminar tickets, international primary schools. That's very expensive. Does that really say $11,000? That's crazy. Daycare, preschool is about $1,000 a month. So you are seeing that it is more expensive in this area, but it's still a very affordable area. It's an up and coming city. Let me tell you what that means. It means there are more people wanting to buy in Cedar City than there are houses available, which means there are a lot of new build opportunities. There's a lot of farmers selling off their lands, and they're seeing a lot of subdivisions and builders coming in. I have family members who have bought into these subdivisions. They can be very beautiful homes. Cedar in general is a very flat land. So you got cedar and then you've got the mountains all around it, but it is a very flat area. So you aren't able to get as many views as you might see. There's a couple hills that you might be able to get, a couple neighborhoods with some views up there. But other than that, people are just running to get away, to live the lifestyle of boating, hiking, camping, you name it. They've got it out there. You even have skiing, which is about 45 minutes away, just a little bit up north from there. How do I know this? Because my husband told me about it. He used to go skiing. So if you want the lifestyle of the winter from the up north, you can still get it down there in Cedar City. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, we've got niche.com talks about the excellence of Cedar City living reviews. So lived there for 3 years, had activities every month, parades. They make it family-friendly environment, close to outdoors, and it is a safe place. When I was doing my crime video, the one thing that I did notice, that the reason why Cedar City is on a crime rate list is because of the outsiders coming in and using the national parks to commit crimes. So it's not your actual people living there, it's your tourists that are there. So you just have to stay away from the tourist areas all the time. And a lot of it was like homicides. So for some reason, people just like to dump the dead bodies in national forests. Who knows? I don't know, but there's a lot of documentaries about people literally committing homicide crimes in that area. Blows my mind, but people love the desert. There's a lot of wide range areas out there, and you go down and visit and you can definitely tell the difference down there. But if you're living in the city, you're definitely going to get a family feel of community and people who take care of each other. And that's what I've really noticed about it. So here, that is Cedar City. Let's jump over to the last most affordable city. All right, chapter 4, the last city that we're gonna go over for affordability in Utah is Provo City. I was kind of shocked about this one, but it is a metropolitan city. As you can see, the Logan, Ogden, Cedar City, and Provo are all really big cities and can be very affordable comparative to the United States. Let's look over here in Provo. Okay, here's the map of Provo. As you can see, you have got a university and another university in the neighboring city. So you've got two universities very close to each other, which creates a higher population increase. The landmass is very big. I've created an entire video on living in Provo and the pros and cons of it, so click that link above. In here we can see Provo is about 45 minutes away from Salt Lake City. Here's Salt Lake City, and Provo is very central, close to the Utah Lake and to the Wasatch Mountains. So let's jump into this. All right, let's look at the cost of living in Provo. So Provo with rent is about $1,400 for one person and about $3,148. They're saying it's cheaper to live here than it is for Cedar City. Let me tell you why that is. It is a high predominant college area. You have very, very low income people living there. They're going to school. So they've created an environment with older homes, older condos, older townhouses that people are living in. You're getting more of a city feel in this area because it does have a higher population density and it does have a larger land mass. So you're not getting as much land and you're getting intensified of need for transportation. People say that Provo is the second city closest to Salt Lake City. The difference between Salt Lake City and Provo, one is the crime. Two is the transportation system. Provo is getting there, but their transportation is not nearly as good as Salt Lake City's transportation. And three, the job opportunities. Okay, the type of environment of culture of living and religion and schools. You're going to get a different, more family-oriented style in Provo, whereas Salt Lake, you get more of the entrepreneurial, young people living and lifestyle up there. So it's just very different. People in Provo are going to what is an orchestrated college religion made by the Mormon Church called Brigham Young University. That is the big difference between those two. There is an airport in Provo. It is growing. I have actually made a video on that video with a link above about the different international areas that are going to be using from Provo. I use the Provo airport. It's been under construction. It's a beautiful airport. It is much smaller than this one in Salt Lake because it is a Salt Lake International Airport. Okay, let's jump down to lunch menu, eating out, rent, utilities. So $9, you can see it's much cheaper because to be able to get the food into the cities is close to the railroad ways where they're getting all of their infrastructures. So it's going to be cheaper anyway because it's already in the infrastructure of what's going on over there. You can find some farmlands out there, but if you wanted land versus a city, then the first 3 chapters of this video is what you should be paying attention to first. Provo has definitely got a high volume of energy there. You've got up and down of young people, entrepreneurs, business-like people, family-oriented, definitely more religious-based culture. Let's jump over to here to the Provo best places to live. Okay, guys, this is a website we keep using, bestplaces.net. It's been absolutely fantastic to use. Why people live in Utah. It's also got a deep history with Mormon pioneers. It's nestled in Utah Valley. You've got literally within walking distance, hiking, biking, skiing, resorts, swimming, boating, you name it, you've got it all within an hour range. The difference is you have got Pines versus Red Rock in Cedar City. It's got a very conservative lean in politics area and is a community range also around outdoors recreation and business oriented areas. Let's look at the religion here. Curious to know that 93%, we just keep going up higher with that percentage of Mormonism. But you are seeing some more other Christianity main churches as well. Let's look at the schools. Some of the best schools in the nation. You guys, I was seeing higher ratings in Cedar City according to this, but we are still seeing good ratings, 9s, 7s, 9s, and some lower ones. You just got to pay attention to where you want to go. I can literally order this by Wasatch School is number 10. They've got lots of 9s, K through 6 options over here in Provo. They do have a lot of private schools over there as well, you guys. I have highlighted Provo again, so I've done a whole video on this. Looking at crime over here, 10% is the average and 32 across the range of the United States. So there is Provo for you. I wanted to show you one more. Here's some reviews. They give it a B+ for public schools, C for housing. It's smaller housing. You're in more of a city area. You're not going to get land. It is good for families, an A- for nightlife. They're getting better, but you're having very high stream Mormonism where they don't drink, they don't party at night. In fact, Brigham Young University has protocols of when people need to be in their dorms. All right, there are our 4 top cities. I want to go over one more article with you that I thought was really, really interesting and fun to read by Redfin, the 12 most affordable cities to live in. Okay, in 2024. Let's just briefly go over this. Ogden, number 1. We went over it. Logan, number 2. Saratoga Springs, we did not go over, but I've created a video of Lehigh versus Saratoga Springs living in that link below. You can see here the medium house prices. I would beg to differ. I mean, if you're living in a condo, that's probably true for Saratoga. Provo, number 4. So we definitely hit all the ones already except for Cedar City. Taylorsville, done a video on their crime over there. Taylorsville's a hit and a miss, but I've seen some people that live there absolutely love it. West Valley City is known for its higher crime and lower living costs for sure. Eagle Mountain is the city that I live in the outskirts of not being so close to the I-15. Orem is your neighboring city to Provo. We got 495 up there. Layton, which we covered as well. St. George, West Jordan, and Lehigh. They didn't even talk about Cedar City on here. So as you can see, talking to a real estate agent makes a huge difference in understanding this stuff. Lehigh is probably going to be your most expensive city right now because it is an up and coming city. Same thing as Cedar City. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope to see you guys in my next video. And Please, if you are interested, click that link below so I can get in touch with you through the Calendly link and talk about your situation and where you want to live. Because right now I just want to educate you, because wherever you are, home ownership starts right here, right now on this channel. See you guys next time.